Hi everyone, welcome to a lovely Sunday evening here, and we're going to be doing part 2 of the Moonmins build. Now apologies for the abrupt cut there on the previous video. Unfortunately my phone decided it was out of storage, and then when I tried to stitch the video together it wouldn't let me because it was saying that it was too big of a file, so we're going to have to do it in a part 1 and a part 2. Now what we've got here is the lamppost, and I haven't actually worked on this since I said that I would look at it off camera. So so what we'll do is I use my little old trays to put some glue in, because I don't use these green trays, so they make a really good glue tray, and then once that's finished with I chuck it away. Now what we've got to do is somehow put all of these into this little lamppost, but if you remember previously we had a difficult time trying to get these in, so we'll try again. But they all sort of go in here like that, so they sort of guide into there like that, and then they'll slot into there like that. So what we'll do is we'll get a dollop of this glue with a cocktail stick, and hopefully we should be able to put some into that hole, and then it should allow it to stick, hopefully. That's the ultimate plan of action. But remember last time we had difficulty getting these bloody things in. As you can see, this does not want to go in for some reason. As you can see, it just doesn't. So I'm wondering if it must go in a specific way then. Let's get a file on this. All my tools are in the other room. Let's try that one. No, that doesn't want it either. Oh, we have lift off. We have lift off, baby, I think. So you put it in and then it slants off again. Something really not right with this. Can't have it looking like that. It looks awful. I don't know, guys. Shall we keep it like that? Oh my god. But yeah, we've got to put them all in here apparently. It's all going to fit into this coat rack. Not the easiest of ideas, I have to say. Because on here we've got a square notch, but they've put it as a circle. So that's where our difficulty is. I mean, obviously that one's a little bit broken, but we can touch that up with a bit of glue. But I'm struggling to see why these are being a pain to go in, really. But I'm just going to go in the other room and get a file. We might be able to file this off. So actually I've got one here, we'll use this one. Because somehow, maybe it's best if we glue it into here first. It might give us a little bit of a persuasion. But this has to be glued into here. It's really, really tough to get that in, but I'm going to glue it in because it will help us. I think if we glue this in first. But apparently we have to paint this coat rack thing. So that's going to be interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm finding that if you twist it in, it goes in a lot better. So that'll go into there like that, and then we've got something that we can work from here. So I'm assuming that this other small one must fit into, there's a square block somewhere here, so I've never known anything like this. Some of of you will know me, I'm not a lover of fiddly bits. Oh my god. Yeah. Right, I'm going to say that that one goes in there because it's... I don't understand it because they're all supposed to be level, so this really makes no sense whatsoever, but I'm going to have to start filing, I think, because we're never going to get these in. Some of these have got damaged because of this problem, but I'm going to give it a bit of a file. A bit on there, and then a little bit on there maybe, see if that works, I don't know, but maybe that goes, oh yeah. Now that a bit of paint has come off there, but they did say that we paint this, so what we need to do is just, I can always touch it up with a bit of wire, but what we need to do is just do a little bit of a repair here. There's a bit of a crack, so put some application there. Then what we can do is just bring that round a bit, and then that will set like that. So that's two, but they're all in different ways for some reason. It's quite an optic illusion because in this book it shows you that they're all sort of like in the same position, but you can see from the hole that it clearly isn't. So I'm assuming that one then goes in there maybe. Does it go in there? I think we'll do a bit of a file again on here. Bit of a file around there. Oh fuck, what was that? I felt something crack. What was that? What the hell was that? What cracked? Oh, I see, it's just this little steps come out of position, which is why you shouldn't glue it in, like me. Right, I gather the only way we're going to get these in is if we file it. Could be here a while, guys, so I do apologise, but this is not an issue I'm very keen on. I don't understand why it just don't go in. See what I mean? Never known anything like this. Right, I'm going to take drastic action here because I'm not liking this design. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the whole of this off. I'm going to take this right the way back and I'm going to glue it dead on the lamppost because I'm not liking this stupid idea. I mean, it goes in about there, but maybe a bit more filing, maybe. Got a drunken lamppost. I think that's about as near as I'm going to get with that, so I think what we'll do, I've purposely cut it on an angle. That's going to keep falling off because the thing's lost grip, but I'll remember that later. But I purposely cut it on like a slant so that we can get that in. Hopefully we won't have to do this again, because I'm not loving this at all. Not this specific part, that's for sure. Just going to put a little bit of Solange onto here. We'll get that glued in. Well, yeah, I think that's the easiest. What we need to do is little slight repair work here. It's just snapped on us, unfortunately. But we can probably get some in that little crevice there, and then we'll bring that round a bit just so that it resets again. I'm not going to go down the hassle of rebuying it, because you can't with the Agostini, unfortunately. They can send replacements, but I broke it my end, so they're not going to replace that, because it's my heavy-handed that's done that. But I think, you know, a little bit of glue would salvage that. But I think that's the you know, the easiest, the closest we're going to get on this. I mean, it's like this. That is a hole, but this is more like square. So I mean, that's impossible to get that in there. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to angle it. So I'm going to go down there a bit, and then I'll take it on the other side, but then angle it a bit, like into a triangle. And then hopefully we should be able to get that in, maybe. Nope. So this is where I sometimes take drastic action, and if it doesn't go in the hole, then I'll file it all the way back. I'll take that right the way off if need be, and just clamp it to the lamppost. It doesn't necessarily have to go in the property hole. So as you can see, I've took that back a bit. And yeah, I can easily, what I'll do is I'll flatten that and then clamp it to the, I'll glue it straight up against the pole. I don't think the holes are a very good idea. But yeah. I'm gonna take that right the way back, I think. Because what I'd like to do is, rather than put it in the hole, I'm gonna shove it around about there. I'll just tack it. So I'll just go about there. I just need to even that off a bit. So as you can see, although the hole's there, I'm just gonna, I think we'll do it like that, I think. It's a bit of a strange idea to put a hole in it like that, you know. So I'm just gonna hold that there for a couple of minutes. We should have that to set, but I really found that very difficult to do, because it's quite a fiddly part, that. So I'm gonna hold that for a few more minutes because it will need to set a bit. But the next stage is doing Snufkin's tent, so that should be good. Okay, so that's basically how it's going to go. Apparently we have to paint this thing up. I think I might just bring it over slightly. We have to paint this thing up in the next issue or something. So I think that's the nearest I'm going to get. If this falls out again, I'll take it back and then just clamp it to the side like I've done this one here. I don't like the idea of that being a hole, but it looks pretty cool for a lamppost. But yeah, we'll put that over to one side so it can set and do its thing. Like so. But the next job is we've then got to do Snufkin's tent. Now I was going to save this video until next week, but because obviously we need to get the sovereign back on schedule. The sovereign's been took out of schedule because of Moonmins in. I need to alternate it. I don't really want to put up 2 videos a day, so I'm going to alternate it. So next week you won't have the Moonmins, but you'll have sovereign, because we're going to be doing that will take over until we've got our next package for this. So this is Snufkin's Nen. Apologies, there's ink on my hand. I've been repairing a printer because it had a major cartridge leak, so I had to get in there and clean all that out. But it is dry, so it won't go on here. But this is Snufkin's tent. We've got a nice triangle bit here, so obviously I don't know if that's part of it, but keep that safe. We've also got ourselves a nice big chunky reel with double-sided tape, and as you can see, this is Mr. Snufkin, as you can see. So we've got Snufkin, and we've also got Moonmin Troll now. So 2 little characters, really cool. I think they're both as good. I quite like both of them. Now I do recall in the last video, the double-sided tape is also used to hold the figures up, but obviously I put mine on the bed. But that doesn't matter. But basically what we've got here is we've got the little tent, and in order to put the tent over it, we have to put double-sided tape basically nearly everywhere on this. So we're going to start it off, and we need to use our double-sided tape here, because what's going to happen is we're going to basically pull it along to about there. So we'll cut that off a bit. Basically going to be putting it, this will basically hold it into position. So basically all along here, like that. We can cut a bit off. Need to just go and grab my scissors. I'm just going to grab my scissors because they're in the other room. Just bear with me. I'll be back. I'll be back. Okay, so we're going to make an incision probably about there, and then they're saying that we have to put a bit of double-sided tape down the bottom as well, and I suspect we have to do this all over the other side as well. So yep, I'm going to get some double-sided tape like that, and we'll put it down. Apparently it goes down here, but then it says to add tape to the ridge. So what I'll do is I'll tape it down here, take it all the way down, but then you've got like a little bit of a ridge on the other side as well, if it will let us do that. As you can see, a bit of tape. I feel like I'm working on someone's stitches. So that's that one. I think this is lovely. I mean, the last time I sort of worked with double-sided tape on a build is probably, obviously apart from the Moonmins, is probably R2-D2, you know, where you have to tape the inside of the dome to get them panels on. So probably on there really. But yeah, so obviously these when I get the next package, we're going to be moving this to live, because obviously at the time of recording the previous video, the light wasn't fixed then. So we're going to be doing, hopefully moving it back to lives, but obviously it depends when the packages come. They've already took payment, so hopefully we won't be waiting too long, but to fill the gap while we wait, we will be doing a bit of the Sovereign of the Seas. So the idea is, what I want to do is, like, 1 week you get the Sovereign, the next week you get the Moonmins, you know, we'll alternate it. I suspect we've got to do this all over the other side as well, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that, and then we've got to go through the job of picking it all off. Okay, come on, man. Never done a tent before in a build, so it's quite interesting really. I think out of this and the Doll's House, I'm quite enjoying this more, because it's obviously something I'm not familiar with. And with YouTube, you don't have to do research to do a build. I I've had comments in the past where people go, don't you do your research? And I don't, because I like to be surprised. I like to be told about the build I'm building through the magazine, you know. But yeah, I'm not one of these people that do research. It's not my thing. I just like to dive into it as best I can and be surprised on what to do. I'm not joking, I hardly watch anyone's channels anymore. I am still subscribed, but obviously because I spend more time on my painting channel, I don't really tend to watch an awful lot of builds anymore. That one's just come a bit away, but that's fine, we can tack that there. It's come off there, you see. Right, just want to see, I think they want us to put a bit down here. No, it's not saying that, but there is a bit down here that we have to put. But yeah, it's quite nice to get this done on a weekend for a change. I'm using my little, I got a free mat. Katie got me the, one of the issues she obtained for me came with a free mat, so she was like, do you want the mat? And I was like, yeah, go for it. I don't really use small mats, but it comes in handy for small bits, I suppose. I don't think they want us to put on one on there, but I think they said on the ridge, didn't they? Which I suspect is that part there. Okay. Well, anyway, so now what we've got to do is go around picking it all off again. So this might look quite usual, this might look strange because we've just put all the tape on, but as you can see, when I peel it back, it leaves like a little a tape residue there, and that's basically what we do. And all you need is just basically the corner of your nail, and then that will basically peel that off. As you can see, it's quite easy to come off as well. Might not be for me because I have very short nails, so I find it a challenge at times. But comes off, as you can see, really easy. This is really sticky as well, so I can see this is going to stick quite nice, hopefully, fingers crossed. It will stick perfect. Looks like a frostbite or something, doesn't it? Like a frosty day, and it's just had this frost splattered over it. Okay, so that's that one, yeah, lovely. I'd love to see the X-Wing come back, because I unfortunately missed the boat on that. And yeah, obviously when you're doing double-sided tape as well, try not to get stuck to it either, because if you get stuck to it, it's going to make it less sticky as well. So let me just take this one off here, and then all we need to do here, because we've got it on all sides now, is we then have to put the tent on. Now we've got two holes in this, as you can see. It's got two holes in the top which need to feed over these two holes, so we'll do this as best we can. Basically we have to put it over the top. Don't think it makes a preference, the back side. So we have to put it over the top so that the hole's through, yep. And then we get the other hole through somewhere here. Where's that hole? I think it's just about there. But as you can see, we feed this through down here. It can get a little bit fiddly here, but as you can see, where's that hole? Is that hole gone through, or see where that hole's gone? I've lost my hole. I can see it's just about there. There we go. Beautiful. And then obviously that gets stuck down there. That goes on the side. This one sort of feeds there, but we can always touch that up a bit. So that goes there. Obviously, make sure it's nice and straight. This is quite cool. I like this. There's another hole there which I don't think they want us to do anything with. There's not a hole for it, so as you can see, there's no hole, so I'm not sure what they want us to do with that. It's a little bit crooked up the top, but as long as it's on and it does its thing, I'm not fussed about that. Okay, so that's all down there. And then that's our little tent. Oh, oh my God, I've never done a tent before. That's so cool. And then obviously, yeah. Now we need to put some tape under here because these flaps have got to stick to it now. So this is much easier than that bloody lamppost. Oh, I like this. I've never done a tent before. It's really cool. Really happy with that. As I said, I'm unsure why they've put a hole, why they've not put holes in the bottom of this. There's no hole, but if need be, you could always make a hole if you wanted to. But I think the idea is that it goes like that. So I'm going to pick that part off. And then as you can see, we can flap that down like that. And this one, goes like that, and then this one flaps down there like that. And we need to put another layer onto that. Peter Webster, I don't know if you're watching, but are you going to do this for Mary? Sorry, Marie, is it? Or Mary? I can't remember her name. But it's, I have to say I'm quite loving this. It's really lovely. Because I know you do the doll's house, so... By the way, Peter Webster is a lovely gentleman. He got me these lovely scissors, and I love them to pieces. I use them all the time. Really, really lovely scissors. See, I don't know why they've put there's no hole there, so I'm not entirely sure why they've done that, really. There's no hole for it to go into. I mean, obviously, that would be a tent post, so you would assume and presume that that would be the case. Now we've got to put some slats up here, and then but the posts are out, so you don't actually put them through there, the corner ones, but we need to try and get a splodge of tape somewhere up here, just about there. It doesn't have to be perfect, but then we can always flap that down there actually if need be. Take that off, that one goes like that, and then basically goes something like that apparently, but I think I'll have mine going down like that, and then flapped under and stuck there. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, I got a little tent. I've slept in a tent, and we kept winding the teachers up once, so we went to this place, don't know where it was, can't remember that far back, but we went to this place and it was basically a boys' night out. So basically there was like 6 of us in each tent, and because it was too far to get back, we had to stay there. And it was basically like an assault place, so basically you did like high wires and abseiling and all sorts, and they would stay up each night because you had a girls' tent and a boys' tent, so the teachers stayed up throughout the night so that, you know, reading books and that, so that you didn't go into each other's tent for obvious reasons. And we kept winding them up with a flashlight. So we kept winding them up with a flashlight, like under the tent. So under this little flap here, we would like keep flashing the light to make the teacher come over, and then as soon as they come, we would turn it off, and then they'll make out we were asleep. It was quite fun. But that, guys, is our little tent. Now, whoops. Now, obviously, it says run a little glue along the edges of the fabric at the entrance to stop them fraying. So, obviously, what we'll do here is we'll put a splodge of sealant. God blimey. Oh gosh, I don't know if we're gonna get. I'm not even going to touch that. My glue dry thing sealed up. So what we'll do is we'll use a bit of splodge of the wood glue, which isn't ideal, but it'll do the same thing. It's only to tack it. So basically, I just want to tack that part there if I can. Put this part just about there, maybe a little bit around there. and then we can, I just want to keep it there for a minute, and then it just keeps it into place. It's a little bit long, that tent. I mean, they say to stop frame, but it's not like we're going to be using it every 5 minutes, you know. Trouble is, it's on an angle, so I think if we do a little splodge, could have used double-sided tape, I suppose, but hold that there a minute. Now, they said to flap it backwards, but I like the idea of that. It gives it a much nicer look. So yeah, I think what I'll do is I'm going to cut a little bit of double-sided tape because this glue isn't working very well. And what I'd like to do is I just want to put a little bit of tape there just to hold that flap back. May work, it may not work, I don't know. But let's see if we can get this off. And what I can do is I can put a bit of tape there. Oh. See what I mean about it sticks to you. Okay, that's not going to work. I will sort that out in post-production, but I just want to do something to tack that there if I can. Just try again to get this, if I can get the super glue off, that'd be great. Oh, Jesus. You proper seized up on me. Oh. You need pliers to yank the lid off. It's because what it is if it tips over, it seizes and locks the tube up, but I might be able to. Let's try the nozzle, see if that will work. Coming out, so I reckon that's all seized up. Okay, never mind, I'll have to get a replacement for that, but I just want something to basically just like tack this bit here because it's just going to keep flapping. Just hold that there for a minute, but see if that does it. Do the same on this side as well. Tack that. I just want it to tack it. I mean, that can be a job for another day, but basically that's how it is. And then obviously you've got like the little Snuffkin's tent. So you've got Snuffkin's tent with his little lamppost over here. How cool is that? So then you've got like his little tent. And then it's like each character's got their own little thing. So Snuffkin's got his little tent with his lamppost over there. And then we've got Moomin Troll with his little bed there. And then he's standing up like that. And apparently what they said is every issue creates a scene or something, so that's really interesting. So that's that. Finally, thank God. So I hope you liked the video. Please remember to like, share, subscribe. As you can see, that's that part there finished. We did have a top bit to do at the top, but I'm pretty sure that we can tack that now, actually. We had a little bit, didn't we? So let's put a little bit of double-sided tape on there. Just on the back. I'm not going to fuss around with cutting it into a specific place, but basically if we just put that there, I'm not going to cut it into a specific triangle, it's too much effort, but basically this little slab goes up the top here or something, so yeah. I'll tidy that up at some point, but basically goes up the top somewhere like that. But I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not really one for like having to have, you know, it got to be dead dead perfect. At the end of the day, it's only like a little model thing, but yeah, it could have gone on a bit straighter. As I said, we had a kink up here, but it doesn't matter. It's on, it's doing its job, and that's what it needs to do. So that is Snufkin's tent, all lovely and jubbly, a lovely issue. But next time, it doesn't show you on here, but I can tell you in issue 3 we're doing a bit of a roof, which I believe is this section up here, this triangular roof section. So, or it could possibly be this roof here. It looks as if they're probably working from the inside, the outside in, I don't know, but that's what's coming hopefully by some point next week. But I hope you like that video. Please remember to like, share, subscribe. If it doesn't come next week, then it will be the Sovereign of the Seas next week instead. So please remember to like, share, subscribe, tap the bell if you want to be notified for all the videos I do. If you want to get the Moonmins for yourself, then head over to the Agostini Collectibles. I'll also put the link in the description of the video. But until then, take care, have a lovely day, bye-bye.